Welcome to the Virtual Business Owners Network on Friday, the 6th of October. And we have a presentation from Amit, Wadhwa, and Manus, Sheridan. And I'm going to let Amit give us the full title and then take it away from there, guys.
Hi, thanks, Alec. The presentation is about how the Wave can help you leverage Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics to maximize your return on investment from Google Ads. Wave is an exciting new service that combines the knowledge of three experts in web design, video production, and digital advertising to help your business get ahead of the competition. We leverage tools such as WordPress, Google Tag Manager, and Google Analytics 4 to help you maximize engagement from your online content through build-up of digital audiences based on how they interact with your online content. So now that I've read the introduction, I'll launch into the slides. And there we go. So the Wave. So as business owners, we've always struggled to find people that will become partners as service providers. It is really hard because you either have to go to larger agencies to get all the three services that we're talking about, or you have to work with three individuals and try and make up a team out of many different companies. So as I said, today you have to go and look for either larger agencies, and which is always not always possible, or look for three different providers and work with them. So what we are proposing is a simpler solution. We have done the team building for you. We're already together, working together. We understand each other, but more importantly, we can work together to give you greater results than individually. So Wave it combines the power of websites, targeted digital advertising, and video to give you a step up in the online business market space. But wait, there is more, because we're not just talking about delivering a website, a video, and Google Ads. What we're talking about is working with the business to help you curate digital audiences that you can really, really target with your advertising. We absolutely can. Sorry, I'm running ahead of myself. By creating these custom audiences, we can actually help you tailor the message you give to each audience group. How do we create those audiences? How we collect the data? Well, let me show you. So very quickly, I am going to show you shortly I'm going to show you a QR code. If you could all scan it with your phone and visit the web page, fill out the simple 2-line form. Just a word of warning, please don't use your real name, because I do track it and I don't want your names anywhere near it. And watch the video that comes up on the next screen to varying lengths. And we will show you what we can do. So when you've all scanned it, please let me know. Okay, if everybody is good, we'll move on. Is that okay? Okay. And I will hand over to Manus to talk through what we're doing, and we'll tag team it there. Manus?
Thanks, Amit. Can you guys all see my screen now? Is that work properly? Yeah, great, good to go. Okay, guys, so from our landing page, which you would have seen, Amit was asking you to not put in your real name. So like if you select anything and then pick any particular team member, it makes no odds. I'll select Paul there for today. It'll bring you through to this landing page, which you can start to watch the video, watch it at different lengths. It doesn't really matter. This is only just to work for the demonstration, and really to allow some information to populate into Google Analytics. So this is the Google Analytics real-time overview screen, Google Analytics 4. So at the moment we can see that there is 11 people, all from the Dublin area, one from Frankfurt. I wonder who that is. It's great to be anonymous, Chris, on Google, isn't it? But it provides you with some high-level information that, again, will show us the amount of times these users have been to the site. And it mentions here users by audience. This is what Amit has alluded to or sorry, not alluded to, as mentioned in the previous slides. So this is where we're trying to identify people that are visiting the site, how they're interacting with your content, maybe demographical information, to break those individuals out into audiences. So Amit and I have just come up with some sample audiences, such as design brief audience, development audience, discovery audience, that sort of information. So you'll see that people are being split up across those audiences, which should allow a business, again, depending on how you're targeting that and how you're building those audiences, should allow businesses to then further target those people either with content or paid advertising. Again, you can have a vast amount of events made up. So like we have page view, scroll rate, session start, first view, form submits. That's the stuff that's coming up there on the events. But again, there's a huge amount of flexibility here, and you can build these events. So these are like could be, you know, potentially valuable transactions or valuable actions that people may take on your website. So for example, if you predominantly sell a service on your website, and one of the most meaningful things that can come to you is people's contact details and an expression of the issue that they're trying to solve. A form submit, a successful form submit of that information is going to be quite a valuable transaction for anybody that comes to your site. If you can populate that person into an audience and further scrutinize their demographics, it allows you to further target your content and also to deliver very targeted ads to those individuals. So it suddenly becomes a really powerful tool. Now, I suppose what's happened in the past, if I could maybe get into the paid advertising side of it for a second, is that like these audiences can be brought into Google Ads and as I said, further used to target your paid advertising. But Google has kind of pushed this sort of smart advertising, that it'll set up campaigns for you and all that sort of stuff. What it doesn't do is this part of it. So even though it says it's smart, it quite often comes up with the conversion that it measures itself on something as simple as a page view. But bringing somebody to your website and getting a successful page view isn't really a meaningful conversion. It's not you know, euros in your back pocket. So again, that's something that this really has to be done, again, to show the algorithms, to show Google or whatever advertising tool you're using what success looks like. But excuse that tangent there for a moment. Amit, is there anything else that
so can you scroll across in the event section to go to step 1 design brief? And no, in the events, you know where it says 1 to 6 off 20?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, right.
And go to any of them, deployment, development. So just to, I just want to show what kind of information you're capturing. So the favewave and watched by are the two fields that I set up that I'm capturing. So can you click on the watched by? And this is where I really wanted people not to put their real names, because just for this demo, we are tracking those two fields. But you can track different form fields, see what people are filling in, and you can create conversions based on a combination of these events, as opposed to a simplified case, which is, in our case, the video is about David's 4D design process, and each event is when you watch the first D, the second D, the third D, and the fourth one, or the end of the video. So we have simplified this just for demo, but you can create a more complex tracking and conversion structure and translate all of those into Google Ads audiences.
Yeah, and this again is where when Amit was mentioning the wave earlier, where the power of the trident, isn't that right, Paul? The power comes in. Yeah. So Amit can design, fantastic landing pages that operate well, are SEO compliant, and have a very good UX UI. Paul comes in with video or animation content that's engaging, that has hooks built in at various times within the animation or the video, and then the tracking that's built by the three of us then allows us to say, for example, if Paul has a hook in the video at 30 seconds, then we know that anybody that watches over 30 seconds has seen that hook, and should very possibly go into an audience that are interested in that particular hook. Again, just using that as an example. Once the audiences are populated, I can export those into or feed those into to any digital advertising channel and directly target those individuals with ads that are specific to that particular hook. So it's, you know, tell them.
And just Manus, just from the video endpoint, you know, viewpoint, like what we've done traditionally is we have hooks in it. So we have a hook at the beginning to get people involved. We have points along the video to keep people in the video. But now with this, because I have this technology on my website now, and the granularity of the way you can look at your videos and the views and where they view the videos to is amazing. You get so much information. So now conceivably you could start putting multiple hooks that create different audiences from people visiting your website, and then retarget that. And also, for example, right, if you have social media content that is driving people to a web page, and you have a number of different videos on that web page, and they are on different topics for maybe different audiences that you have in your business, if they click on that video, they immediately go into that bucket. So like the opportunity to ethically create audiences that you can market back to is I guess it's the tip of the iceberg, really.
Yeah, and just to add to that is that you should have the GDPR compliant permissions for your cookies and everything on the website if you're doing this kind of tracking, because otherwise your website will fall foul of violating GDPR because you're tracking lots of behaviors. But also, Alec, I was thinking, for example, the video service that you have with Graham, if you're doing the Q&A in that, you could have specific hooks, maybe 10, 15 minutes into a 25-minute video. And if somebody is watching that, you know that they're engaged enough to have watched 60% and what content they have watched. And you can target them with a mail campaign. You can target, because you can download this data from Google Analytics. Sorry, not a mail campaign, because you don't get email addresses, but you can at least get an idea of what kind of content is effective. And you can advise that person that, look, this is the content that's really getting people hooked up, and they're switching off after that. They can do Google advertising based on that to that audience group. So it can really tie in with your video. And where the Wave is particularly good is that the three of us do this with one consultation, as it were, instead of you having to take information from me, then go to the video guy and go, this is what we need. And he comes back, oh, this is what they have, and blah, we do that for you. We take that in-house, even though we are three different companies, but we do that through our collaboration. So it becomes greater than the sum of its parts.
And one final thing, sorry, just to jump in again to reiterate, like when you go to an agency, no agencies are good at all parts, right? So they might be a really good website agency and good ads, but they might have juniors creating the videos, but they'll upsell, so they'll bring you in on that. Whereas with us, we are experts in our areas, and so you're not getting any drop off in either or any of the fields.
Yeah. And I like to use the analogy of a shopkeeper or an on the floor salesperson. If it's in person, that individual gets to monitor the potential client as soon as they walk in the door. They know what areas of the store they've been to, what items they've picked up and maybe put down. So there's expressions by the person's movement around the shop as to what they're interested in, what they've handled. And that allows that salesperson to at least try and come up with some sort of a strategy as to how they're going to sell to that individual. This is exactly that in the digital world. This is the watching of that individual. What sections of your website are they looking at? What areas of your product or services are they touching? And again, having a pre-built strategy then that allows you to get in there and get that conversion. So Amit, I'll hand back to you.
So this was, through the Wave, you can really customize the message to your audience depending on their engagement levels, because we help you set all of that tracking, all of that measurement up. And I'll open the floor to Q&A. And sorry it says SEO consultation, but consult about the Wave.
Thank you very much, Amit, Manus, and Paul, for that. I thought that was very interesting. I'll kick off with a question. We'll have a couple of minutes of questioning. I might to gather that the videos you might put up would be broken down into like chapters. So that's how it's tracked across how far somebody went.
So it can be, so let's take example of your Q&A videos that you're doing, Alec. If it's a 25-minute video, it can play as such. We can build in the tracking as to what time length people are watching that to. You don't need to split your video.
All right.
Okay. If it's YouTube, it obviously works best because it's a Google platform. If it's any other platform, we can definitely build that up. It just needs more time investment. YouTube tracking is built into it's a Google tool, so it's built in.
All right. Okay, open the floor for questions. Anybody want to get involved there? Feel free. We'll stop sharing maybe the screen now. I think we have that. Has everybody got what they need off that? Thank you very much. Anybody, any questions? If not, you can always talk to any of the three lads.
Yeah, I can see my inbox is getting inundated. Just hold up on the emails. You might, if you want to just answer one now, that's okay.
Who exactly? What type of business would be your like first target for this for service? Is it across the board? Is it a one size fits all?
It's a one size fits all, but like any business that drives a lot of traffic to the website. So like, like online finance or something like that gets a lot of business in, and where you're giving information back and you give it back in like, for example, if you had a business that did mortgages, did refinancing, did all this sort of thing, and then if you're driving people into the website and you have videos on that topic, then you're already seeing what those people are interested in straight away.
No,
so you're putting...
There's no shoe too big or too small, really. It's like it's for everybody.
Also, video is like we can build the tracking on many other aspects of the website as well. Video is obviously the foremost engagement tool that lots of businesses use. So it is more complex to build tracking for the video. So like we are building tracking for forums, we're building tracking for scrolling. So if you have a single page website where you scroll down through a story, see how much they've read. So the kind of tracking that you want can be customized. The kind of clients that this will suit to is probably individual who are consultants. So like Paul said, the financial controllers or CFOs for hire who will have a list of services, or even people like Alec who business consultants who want to see if they're putting out all this content, how impactful is it?
And Vinny, it does, I suppose, when you're saying a one size fits all, it is a one size fits all because it's bespoke, because we're coming in and building this for your products or your services on your website for your content. It is entirely bespoke and will fit any business for that reason.
Gotcha.
Chris, you want to there? Thanks.
Great presentation, Amit and Manus, superb.
And Paul, don't forget Paul. Paul did contribute.
Sorry, Paul.
Paul's just a pretty face.
I won't be.
I'm the face. I'm the face of the brand.
Our beautiful assistant.
GA generally has got issues in terms of in Europe. There are issues in Italy, France, Netherlands, Denmark, and there's going to be soon in Germany. There's two questions. One is, how do you handle that? And two, are you considering using Clarity and Matomo and other products? You could do this with any analytics product, yeah?
Yeah, we didn't want to complicate stuff, but like as part of the package, Clarity goes in anyway. That's currently one of the standard tools that we use. But yeah, look, moving forward, Chris. I was in light of your article on LinkedIn there recently about cookies. I was going, oh bollocks, he's going to ask this. No. It's still a fair bit of. I suppose what Chris is alluding to is people are becoming more cookie conscious, and third party cookies are effectively getting shut down. But building audiences doesn't stop at cookies. So the building the audiences is people are coming in and interacting with content. And it's and maybe filling a particular demographical criteria. And it's those processes. It's identifying those people, populating them in an audience, and knowing that, okay, this bucket of people have an interest in one of my services or one of my products. Yeah. I'm going to target them further. That is digital marketing, if you will, and how you do that. Cookies doesn't stop that. The elimination of cookies doesn't stop that. It'll make the how we populate people into these audiences a little bit more difficult. If you ask me, actually, it's bringing the whole process back 10 or 15 years.
Yeah. All right. So, can I just kind of take it from there? Thanks very much indeed. Special thanks to Amit, Manus, and Paul for the presentation. The video will go up on our website for anybody who wants to know more. So thanks again for that. Let's do that.